It doesn't seem like 2024 is going to be a huge video game year, at least not to the extent of 2023. But next year does look promising for upcoming movies and television shows. And in some of my other videos, I talked about there most likely being another Venom movie that's supposed to be coming out next year, um, along with um, along with some other popular movies that supposed to be coming out in the future. We know we're supposed to be getting like a Superman movie in 2025. Um, it's rumored that we're going to get like a Metal Gear movie sometime in the 2020s decade, even though an announcement hasn't necessarily been made just yet. But this is something that kind of caught my attention that I recently learned about. But we might be getting well, actually, we are getting a new Fallout television series sometime next year. I'm not exactly sure when it's supposed to premiere, but it's going to be premiering on Amazon Prime Video. And based on what I heard, it's supposed to take place sometime like during the spring, like around April, and it's supposed to be developed by Lisa Joy and Jonathan Nolan. And those who know about Jonathan Nolan, they know that he worked on Batman: Dark Knight. He worked on Batman. Dark Knight Rises and Batman Begins. Um, those were all classics, and him being a part of the development for Fallout television series gives me hope that the Fallout like that Fallout on on TV, whether it's movie or whether it's whether it's just a episodic type of series, it's going to be pretty decent, and my only concern is that it'll end up being somewhat similar to the Last of Us television series that we got, which is something that I don't know, it got like a mixed reception. Some people liked it. Some people felt that it dragged on way too long and the pacing was slow and all that stuff. And you look out at Fallout, especially like the 3D Fallout games. It's like for the most part, it's like you're out in the wilderness and you're killing enemies and raiders and all that stuff. And I don't know. I mean, it's kind of hard to take something like that and make it compelling. And don't get me wrong, Fallout, the Fallout series, especially Fallout 3, Fallout 4, and New Vegas, they were all awesome games, and they were among the more popular video games of the teens decade. But I feel like a Fallout movie should have taken place like a long time ago, because I feel like the last major Fallout game, Fallout 76, was just a huge dud. It didn't get the type of mainstream attention, you know or the type of like praise that it should have gotten, because it fell below a lot of people's expectations. And during that time period, it seemed like the Fallout series had basically it was past its prime. A lot of people would say that the prime or the peak of the Fallout series was Fallout 4, because I believe that was the one that sold the most copies worldwide. And you look at Fallout 4, New Vegas, Fallout 3, those were among like the best installments in the entire series. And yeah, I feel like a movie or a television series for Fallout should have been done a long time ago. But it's better now than never that we're going to get a Fallout television series. And there's not too much I know about the story other than the fact that it's supposed to take place in an alternate version of the 1950s in a retro futuristic world. And you look at the Fallout video games. I mean, like the setting for the games is completely different, because for the most part the setting for the games take place in the 23rd century. And what I mean by that is you look at like Fallout 2, for an example, took place like in 2241. And and I believe Fallout 3 was supposed to take place like sometime in like 2077 or something like that. And the thing about that is, like, it's hard to like predict the future, but of course this is just like, this is just like fictional and all that stuff. But the thing that really kind of like that really kind of like caught my eye about like the plots for like the older Fallout games is that it pretty much it predicted there'd be some type of global nuclear war between the United States and China, and that's it's kind of scary when you think about it, because it seemed like something like that might happen in the future. And like, and when I talk about like, the possibility of war between China and the US and how that's scary, is the reason I say that is because, like, Fallout 1 came out back in 1997. So in some ways, like, it seems pathetic, and it seems like we're getting closer to like a war, because you look at what's going on um, with um, with Israel and Palestine, and it does seem like, America and China has been in somewhat of a cold war as of late, and yeah, I mean, I feel like it's more appropriate now than ever to make a television series based off of the Fallout series, because of, the time we're living in right now. But if we're talking about the 1950s, I mean, this is like right after like World War II, because I believe World War II ended in like the mid 40s or something. So it's just like, I'm not exactly sure what the plot's going to be about, who the main characters are going to be. Um, they do have a cast of characters, but I don't think anyone really knows like who they are. Um, but yeah, I just feel like, this is something that it's something that's either going to really like click and connect with like casuals and people who are hardcore fans of Fallout series, or it won't. And the thing is, I'm not going to go on record and say, yeah, this is going to be great or this is going to be bad, or necessarily predict anything. We're just going to have to wait and see, what it looks like when it premieres in April of 2024.